Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very thankful Talking Nerds
Yeah.
stream. Um,
Thankful that we didn't have to watch more garbage this week.
that's right. That's right. No more garbage. Probably for the rest of the year, actually. So, thank goodness.
Hope.
Unless we go
Can hope.
see the new Hunger Games.
Is it bad?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really heard either way yet. So
My wife wants to go see it, so I'll probably end up going.
there you go. You're a little blurry right now for some reason. I don't know why. But oh well, hopefully it'll improve. Yeah, so as you can see, there's only two of us tonight, which we are not thankful for. But Tyler, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful. I'm thankful for a lot of things.
That's good.
One thing I am thankful for is all the different universes that we get to
Yep.
shit talk. I mean love. All the universes we get to love. No, but seriously, I think we grew up at a very special time,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think I'm thankful for the time that we got to grow up with, and like for
Yep.
me, it was really Star Wars, particularly, and then eventually growing up and watching Harry Potter, and get Lord of the Rings and
Oh
all
yeah.
those different universes, and being able to be a part of them when they were in their prime. I feel like is a good. I would say in Star Wars Prime for sure, like late 2000s and then 2010s ish, with Clone Wars. But um, yeah, I think just being a part of them when they were still good, and then I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm thankful that there's so much great content before that we can always enjoy, and it'll live on forever. They can't take that away from us. And
Won't let them.
our kids will enjoy it. Generations after that will enjoy it, and that's awesome. I'm thankful for Batman. I love my boy Batman. I've been going back and reading some good comics. I got fed up with modern day comics. I think I'm done with that stuff. So I'm currently reading Death of Superman, rereading, I guess, actually, which is a fantastic storyline. Something that actually made global, well, I don't know about global, but the actual news when it happened back in the 90s. Because that was a big deal for Superman to die. So, yeah. Anyways, so I'm thankful for good stuff, like comic books and good movies. I watched a couple of movies this weekend. And yesterday, actually, I watched a new movie, which I'll talk about. Yeah, so I'm excited to eat some good turkey and food on Thursday. We will not be streaming next week, probably. I don't think we are. But yeah. So yeah, I'll just get right into the week. It'll probably be a shorter episode tonight because we want to play some games tonight. For all
Are
of
you gonna tell
y'all
them what we're gonna
enjoyment.
start?
No, we'll make it a surprise.
Okay.
We'll make
cool.
it a surprise. No, we are not playing Elden Ring though.
Yeah, that's
Surprise. Okay, so I have been reading a lot of comics. Superman mainly right now, and then I've been watching some movies. So I watched the 2012 Judge Dredd movie with Carl Urban. It's fantastic. It's pretty short. It's only about an hour 45, I think, and it is action packed to the limit. It is dystopian. It is grungy. It is very, very violent, and it's great. It's fantastic. It's just Dredd beating up criminals. Well, actually killing criminals, but If you've never heard of Judge Dredd, it's a comic book character. There's been different film adaptations. Sylvester Stallone played him in the 90s. Um, and basically, it takes place in the future where something happened, or it's some type of war. Basically, 800 million people are left in the world, and they're all condensed into this mega city that kind of spans New England, essentially, from like Boston up towards, New York and stuff. And there's basically these different like factions, I guess, within. There's a lot of crime, obviously, and so the law is basically these people called judges, and they're like cops essentially, but they're cops, and they're executioners. They're judges. They do everything. They know the law. They execute the law. So they're kind of an all-in-one package. And if you break the law, they'll sentence you to death and they will kill you. Which is so cool because it's just badass. It's just like good, fun, like, action. There's not much of that anymore, where it's like there's just a dude being a dude and it's cool, I don't know. We don't get much of that anymore, but highly recommend it if you like action, if you don't mind gore. There's a lot of gore. I won't spoil anything, but Bluey, you should definitely watch it. It's a great movie. Super short.
Yeah.
Then caught up on Invincible. Easily my favorite superhero stuff out right now. It's fantastic. Are you caught up on that now too?
No, that's my next thing to do this week. I
Okay.
caught up on AOT, which I found time for, but
Yes.
I gotta find time for Invincible.
Okay. Yeah. So it keeps getting better. This last episode was fantastic. It's kind of took both. It was like two different episodes kind of combined. It was from Alan, the alien's perspective in the beginning, and then it shifted over to Mark's perspective for the rest of the episode. And some big stuff happened. Invincible fashion, they move quickly. So it's great. I'm very excited where they're heading. So it's good to be excited again, It's good to be excited.
Yeah. And that's like that's not a mainstream superhero channel, which I think is cool because it's becoming very mainstream. I mean, look at all like the meme templates that have come out from season 1 when that first came out and everything. So like that's exciting that like new stuff is being developed in our time that's exciting and good and like keeps communities engaged,
He's definitely not mainstream. I would say in the indie comics arena, he is pretty mainstream. But yeah, not to the normies or general public. But I mean, he's teamed up with Spider-Man.
That's how the good ones started. Comics for normies. They were indie, basically indie channel only. That's what comics were.
Right.
And then they became mainstream. When would you say they even became mainstream?
Indie comics?
No, just comics in general. Like
comics have been mainstream probably since the 80s. I would say 70s, 80s. It was like that post-war morale. It got boosted by comic books. I think comic books got boosted out of World War II. And then I would say like 80s was when DC Comics sucked a lot. And then in 1985, they came out with Crisis on Infinite Earths, which reset everything. It was such a big deal. It was the first big Crisis event, which kind of spawned more Crisis events after that. But that's kind of 1985, at least for DC, is when DC kind of really launched off and got really popular in the 90s with the Nightfall, Death of Superman, obviously. And then, it was pretty, I'd say DC probably wasn't too big in the 2000s, and it's definitely died off since then. But, I mean, Marvel's been big since the 90s. I think Marvel's...
Yeah.
They kind of fluctuate. When one's popular, the other one's not so much, not doing super well, and then and then it flip-flops, But
yeah, I think
2020, COVID killed comics. It definitely killed comics.
My point is, though, like, they all started, like, whether it's cinematic or animated or physical copy, they all started in an indie way, like an indie channel, just like the few,
Yeah.
bystanders are into it, right? And then it just gained so much traction over time, and then
Yeah.
you get to like MCU level where it's like all these people love these characters, but
Yeah.
it started like you get a normie
Yes.
audience now.
100%.
I
Comics are
feel like
definitely it was a nerdy thing. Only nerds read comics. It wasn't definitely wasn't a mainstream thing. It wasn't like Star Wars. It wasn't like Lord of the Rings. It was
yeah,
it was very
and
niche.
I think that's cool because we're kind of seeing that with Invincible.
Yeah.
Um, and I think with the way that media is today, it's kind of expediting that like path to mainstream,
Mhm.
which is just cool to see. Like we get to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I kind of want to go back and read some more of the Invincible comics. I dropped off a while ago, but they're good. They're really good. It's
are
a
they following a particular line of comics in the animated series?
there's it's not there's only one run. It's basically like 4 or 5 omnibuses, like volumes. So they're just going through the whole thing right now.
Okay, but
Um,
but it is following like
it is following.
with
I mean, yeah, I read all of season 1, or like it's happening pretty much exactly. I can't remember if this has started the same way. Again, it's been a long time since I've read them, so but yeah, it's pretty faithfully following it, which is why it's so good, because it's following the lore. Imagine that. Um,
blueprint.
yeah, right. So yeah, so Invincible's great. I definitely recommend that for anybody. And probably a good way to get into comics too. Honestly, if you wanna, check those out. Go to your local comic book store and buy the first volume. It's a big, thick book. Yeah. So they did that. Then I watched the there's a new Wes Anderson short film on Netflix called something something Sugar. Mark Sugar. I don't know. It was basically this followed this guy's life. It was bizarre. It's only like 50 minutes or so. I gotta look this up. I can't remember now what it was called, but
I got you. Keep talking.
yeah. So Jude Law, or not Jude Law, Benedict Cumberbatch
Henry
is
Sugar.
Henry Sugar. Yeah, yeah. So he was the main character. I think Ben Kingsley's in it. Ralph Fiennes. I think there were a couple other big actors in there, but essentially it followed this guy who was really rich, and he found this book that talked about it that was written by a doctor who met this guy who could see or could see stuff without actually seeing it. He could have his eyes closed and he could see stuff. And so he learned this concept. Henry Sugar learned this concept to basically be really good at poker, and he won. He could win every single game he played. And so he got so good at it that he got bored of it, and so he started just giving away his money. And he got so good at this skill that he could tell he had a blood clot. It was very fictitious, obviously, but he could see he had a blood clot slowly climbing up to his heart, and so he knew he was going to die. So he decided to basically commit his life to winning as many poker games as possible in as many cities in the world, and opening up all these different can't remember if it was like orphanages or something, like basically donating his money towards good causes, and that was his life. It was a bizarre movie. I'll say that. It's very bizarre, but it's very like film, like film school, like driven, film nerds would love it. Probably. I mean, I love movies. I wouldn't say I'm a film nerd. Like
What would
I'm
you define as a
picking
film
apart every
nerd?
single detail. I'm not pausing frame by frame and criticizing everything, but I do enjoy watching movies. So maybe I'm a movie nerd, maybe not a film nerd. But yeah, I love Wes Anderson, so I thought I'd watch it. Probably not his best movie, but maybe some people would say that. I don't know.
It's actually the source material is from the same author of Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, it definitely had those same vibes for sure.
Yeah. So the same author of the source material.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
but The Wonderful Life of Henry Sugar
Yeah, yeah,
is the
that was it.
name of it.
Yep. So,
Interesting.
if you like Wes Anderson, maybe give it a shot. But
I still
it's
have yet to watch a Wes Anderson film.
dude, you gotta watch the key ones, the important ones. Fantastic
Yeah,
Mr. Fox, Grand Budapest Hotel. I let's see what else. I do like Isle of Dogs is okay. Um, the French press one was okay, something like that. And then
how was
there
Asteroid City?
Asteroid City was probably the most Wes Anderson movie there is, if that makes sense.
It
Um,
doesn't because I have yet to see a Wes Anderson movie.
if you know, you know. If you've seen other ones and you watch it, you're like, wow, this is so Wes Anderson. It's like meta, you know. Um,
Ah,
but it was an okay storyline. It wasn't.
hmm.
It didn't blow me away. It wasn't very funny either. Most of his movies are funny, so yeah.
Hmm.
Definitely watch Fantastic Mr. Fox and Grand Budapest. You'll like those two.
We
So
should have like a watch party, just like
yeah,
whether maybe go to your cousin Trevor's and just watch all the Wes Anderson
that's a
movies.
great idea, actually. Yeah, they're pretty short movies, so
Yeah,
definitely a great idea. I have to hit Trevor
cool.
up. I haven't talked to him in a little while.
Like just get a Saturday and just like go over there and watch all the Wes Anderson films.
Oh yeah, yeah, that sounds great. Um, but yeah, so then I did that, and then let's see. Yesterday I saw Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, it wasn't that bad actually. It wasn't terrible. I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's, so I don't know how loyal it is to the games. I have no idea. I'm just judging it on basically a horror movie. You know, as a horror movie, it was pretty creepy. Looking at the animatronics in the background, their eyes were kind of creepy, obviously. It built the suspense pretty well. Um, the end, probably about halfway through, it kind of got cheesy.
Mm.
Are you gonna go see it? I don't want to spoil it.
No,
Okay.
no,
So
spoil
spoilers
it all.
to anybody who's. We should get like a spoiler like graphic that we can pop up during spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh Hutcherson is the main character, and that's the only reason we really saw it, actually, because Gracie loves PETA.
Yeah.
So that's why we watched it, but I was like, hey, it's podcast content. So basically, he lost his brother. His brother got kidnapped when he was a kid while they were camping. And he's been having the same dream every night since then about that image and when his brother got kidnapped, and he's been trying to figure out who kidnapped him. So they spend a lot of the movie in his dream world, which is, I thought, a bizarre choice, because it did connect to the main storyline, but I wanted to see some scary animatronics killing people, and that happened, but it just was like half and half. We could have done a little bit less of the dream world, and I would have been happy. I probably would have given it a higher score. But that happened a lot. So basically, his mom died eventually. His dad left. I don't know, and they had another daughter who I think was born after. Yeah, she was born after the other brother was kidnapped. And so he is basically has to raise his sister by himself, and he's terrible at keeping jobs. He's usually a security guard, but he cannot for the life of him keep his job because he keeps beating up people thinking that they're kidnapping people because he's traumatized. Because trauma.
Because trauma.
Trauma. So that basically, he's desperate. He needs to find a job because his aunt, who's this cruel lady, is trying to take custody of his sister, and so he needs to find a job. And he goes to a career counselor who is played by what's his name? he always plays the villain in horror movies. He actually played Ghostface in the original Scream. Matthew Lillard. Do you know who that is?
If I saw a picture, I would.
Do you remember the Scooby-Doo live action movies? He played Shaggy. He played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh, yes.
He's always playing villains in horror movies. So he was a career counselor. Instantly, I'm like, this dude's the bad guy, 100%. He's creepy. He just fits that vibe. So he's like, I got one job for you. Also, little side note, he looks at the main character's name, who I forgot, Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt.
He looks at his name. He says Mike, and then he pauses before he says the last name, and he looks at it weird. So like that's a little thing you got to remember, right? So he's like, okay, this is the job. It doesn't pay very well. People don't last very long, but you're desperate. You need a job, right? So he eventually takes the job, and it's a security guard position, night shift at Freddy's. And so the first night he dreams he's like falling asleep at his in front of the security cameras, and basically he has this dream of the same scenario, but this time there's a bunch of little kids that weren't there in that scenario that are in his dream now, and he spends every night chasing them. Eventually he gets to talk to them, and there's a bunch of this stuff, so I won't really get into it, but basically the kids are ghosts that are, and I don't know, maybe you already know this because I don't know if you play the games or not, but the ghosts of the kids are, what's the word, like possessing the animatronics at Freddy's. So each animatronic is a kid. And so basically what happened in the 80s, the place got shut down. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese. It got shut down because a bunch of kids went missing, and they never found the kids. Turns out the owner of the place killed all the kids and stuffed their bodies in the animatronics, and nobody thought to look in the animatronics, which is kind of bizarre, but whatever. They wouldn't smell dead bodies. So basically, there's the typical Freddy characters, and then there was this yellow rabbit that was kind of like the main animatronic. And they showed like a little montage at the beginning, and the yellow bunny looked kind of devious, And turns out it's the career counselor. He's the yellow bunny, and he's the one who killed the kids. Turns out he also is the one that kidnapped Mike's brother. And there's this girl cop that, becomes friends with Mike throughout the movie who shows up. She's the daughter of the main bad guy, and she helps him in the end, blah, blah, blah. So, it was kind of cheesy at the end. I don't really want to explain the whole thing, but just because I'm like, it's not very interesting. But I would probably give it a 7 just because it was entertaining, but it was kind of a dumb ending. Basically, the sister could connect with these ghosts, and she was doing all these drawings. She had these visions and stuff, and she could change things with her drawings. And so she drew a picture where the yellow bunny was hated by all the little kids, and so then all the ghosts turn on the yellow bunny, and then they kill him. Because they were trying to take the little girl from Mike and turn her into an animatronic. So, yeah.
Why was his sister on the job with Mike?
Because she had a babysitter, and then the babysitter was actually her and her brother were hired by the aunt, who is an awful person, to basically try to get any dirt on Mike so that they could use that in court. And they go to break into Freddy's during the day while he's not working and trash the place. And of course they all die because they get killed by animatronics. And so the babysitter dies. And so he's calling her, he can't find, she's not, picking up the phone. So he has to take her with him to work. And she finds the animatronics and becomes friends with them. So, yeah, there was a lot of cheese. Not a
I
terrible
have
story,
Peacock,
but
so I could watch it, but
yeah, I mean, if you want to watch it, it's not terrible, but it wasn't one of the best movies of the year. I'll say that.
I'm not a big horror guy, so
It's not really horror though. It's thriller. It's like a very PG version of Saw.
well, it is rated PG, so
Oh, it is. Well, there you go. I guess they didn't really show blood, that much blood. They showed a little bit of blood, but they didn't. They like any killing was basically done like with shadows. So I didn't even think about that. I guess it. Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like a
no,
Goosebumps vibe, you know.
uh
So
gotcha.
yeah, you wouldn't get scared or anything.
You don't know me. I'd get scared.
Yes, I do. You were holding me like a baby. We were
I always
watching.
feel like a baby.
What were we watching? I don't even remember what we were watching.
Candyman,
Candyman.
Black Phone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have liked Smile. Smile was freaky. You would have peed your pants
Yeah.
probably.
Probably.
But
The commercial, I would look away from the commercial every time it showed up when it was. I'd be like, ah, no, not watching that.
we should go to a haunted house sometime. That would be so much fun.
Did you go to the haunted corn maze with us years back when
Yes.
Angela was at NIU with Gracie?
Yeah.
I was there for that.
Yeah. That was very tame though.
Yeah, and
I'm
I hated it. so-
Talking a real haunted house
No, why would I do that to myself?
because it would be fun. It would be a lot
I
of
don't
fun.
want to. I
Do it
don't
for the
wanna
gram.
pee my-
Do
I
it
don't
for
wanna
the
pee my
gram.
pants. I don't want to pee my pants.
Just wear a diaper. Just
Well, I saw
prepare.
you had a good week. You had a good week.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week. Lots of movies.
Good.
A little bit of I did. I guess I should get to video games quick. I played a little bit of Dark Souls 3. I've been stuck on the main boss or the very first boss, of course. Always, that's always how it goes. But I always get him down to like a quarter left of his health, and he just kills me. So, but hey, I'm just grinding away. I'll get it. I played a little bit of Sekiro too, and I'm like, dang, this is really hard. And I was like, what's the hardest Souls game? And everybody is like Sekiro, bar none. Like it is leagues ahead harder than all the other games. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna play that one right now. I don't know if I'm ready for this. So
I hear it's only different because it's very heavily based on like your parries. Like you have to be able to parry.
it is very different mechanics than the Dark Souls games or Elden Ring. Elden Ring is basically a Souls game, or Dark Souls game. It's very different from the other ones, and you only get about half your souls back, I think, every time you die, which is bogus. So, but yeah, it's much harder. But it's more. It's kind of fun. I really like the combat. It's really fun because you feel like a ninja. You know, when you get that parry just right, and then you just like I was getting to the point where like regular guys, I was like, it took me one parry and then kill shot like every time, and it was fantastic. And then I'd get to a not a boss, but like a heavier guy, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Humbled.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So those are the games I've been playing, just the Souls games.
Nice.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Haven't been able to watch much. I finished Attack on Titan final season.
Yep.
We'll talk about that.
Which we'll be
in a later
talking
episode.
probably in a couple weeks or so.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, I finished that up. I want to start watching Jujutsu Kaisen next.
I'm starting My Hero next.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And then I'm waiting for My Hero season 6 to come out.
6.
I'm excited for that one because the ending of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we got Demon Slayer, Hashira arc.
That's coming out.
One Punch Man season 3 is coming out soon.
Yep. And then so yeah, a lot of anime stuff, but I'm hoping to get back into watching those.
Me too. I have been watching Death Note, but
yeah,
it's not super exciting
so,
right now. So
honestly, kind of been a slow week for me, but busy for work, so that's kind of why. But
Yeah.
um, I was thankful that I got to catch up on AOT and not get. I didn't get any spoiler,
Oh, good.
so I was pretty happy about that because it came out like what 17 days ago.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wasn't that a fantastic
uh,
ending though? I mean, that was it blew my expectations out of the water. It was fantastic.
I didn't cry, but
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I'll not for me personally.
Hmm.
Nothing is going to make me cry like Hanji and Sasha's deaths.
Mm.
Nothing. Those are like that's
Yeah.
like peak emotion for me.
You didn't. It. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we'll get into it later, but like the Mikasa ending didn't make you cry.
Mm-mm.
Dang. Okay. You're heartless. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I saw it coming. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like I
know, but
knew
it
that's how it
still
had to
it
be.
still was sad though. It was like, and I think the thing that I teared up for really was Armin and Aaron's conversation. I think,
And yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was
I will say
changed
it
my whole
like
view of Aaron all in a couple of minutes. Like
well yeah, that was the
insane. Like
point.
the character you didn't like the entire show, and then suddenly you're like, holy crap, I respect you so much. Except for the part
I'd
that they're
say
going to hell, that kind of sucks.
that sucks for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd say the part of this episode that got me the most was probably Levi at the end.
Mm. Yes, yes, that was emotional too. I did get teary eyed for that. I,
I didn't necessarily get teary eyed, but I
yeah.
got choked up for sure.
You see that meme I sent?
Yeah.
Nobody. Levi. Oh,
I
man.
didn't look at it because
Oh,
I
you.
didn't want any spoilers
Oh, I thought I
because I
sent that
hadn't watched
today.
it yet. Oh, dude. Well,
Whatever. But
I
anyways.
I just finished it today, so
Oh, okay, okay. Well, you saw it. You
but
saw it eventually then.
I'll need to go back and watch the stuff that you've been sending because
Oh,
that
okay.
anime chat I've been avoiding like the plague.
We haven't really been talking spoilers, so
No, but I didn't want to risk it.
yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I finished that. I didn't cry, but I did get choked up a touch. But that's only because like Sasha's death did me hard.
Yeah,
And Hanji's death did me pretty bad.
Anji was very sad. That was a sad one.
And
Yeah.
honestly that kind of came back in this one too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, um
Yeah.
I think it was a good ending, good wrap.
Yeah.
And you know, the author said he's not doing anymore. And I
Which
think
is
that's a good spot
fantastic.
to leave it at.
Let us just keep rewatching it, enjoying what we got. That's
Yeah.
how it should be.
So,
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to finish that. But yeah, I got some stuff that I need to do this week to catch up and hopefully have in 2 weeks have a better
Yeah.
rap sheet for my nerdum.
Well, I think in 2 weeks we'll be chatting about Game Awards. Actually, maybe we'll live watch. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Who
figure it out.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's a perfect segue into our nominees for
Well,
the Game Awards.
I did want to talk about a couple other stuff before we get into that. Sorry.
Dang it, that was so good.
I'm so
You ruined it.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I was gonna say, speaking of anime, this is a good transition too. Speaking of anime, I know we didn't mention it last week and probably the week before, but we didn't forget about it. But yes, the trailer for Last Airbender did come out, but I've never watched Avatar: Last Airbender. I did throw the trailer in Discord. I will be planning on watching the original one before this one comes out because I was told I have to, which is fair. So yes, I will be watching it, but that is something we'll probably be talking about eventually.
I'm excited for you to watch Avatar: Last Airbender because
I've heard great things.
I watched it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm 25, so I was 22 at the time, right? That's how math works.
Yes.
I absolutely fell in love.
Yeah.
So it's a good one, and I'm excited for you.
Yep. I've heard great things. Everybody says it's good. So
it's one of Angela's favorite shows.
yeah, a lot of women love it. That's a plus.
It's a great redemption story.
Okay.
So I'll
Cool.
leave it at that.
Yeah. So we didn't forget about it. I just don't know anything about it. So also I did want to kind of touch on a little bit of Marvel news quickly. Fantastic Four, there are some rumors going around. First big one is that what's his face? Holy crap, I forgot his name already.
Kang?
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, Pansy Pascal.
Pansy Pascal is rumored, which is basically kind of confirmed at this point, that he is going to be Reed Richards in the MCU. Don't know why he has to play everything in Disney, but hey, that's the direction they're going. It's not that I dislike Pedro Pascal. He's usually very great, but he's just becoming like everybody else at this point. He's an activist. And he is kind of a simp, you know? He hasn't been great as Mando lately. I don't know. It's the fact that they're using him in everything. I think that's the biggest thing.
He's being overused.
And he technically is a diversity hire, so it doesn't make sense too. It's like Kang is Reed Richards' future descendant. He's black, he's Mexican or whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. At least be consistent, you know? I did hear too, that is a rumor, you brought up Kang. Supposedly they're rewriting Secret Wars. So to write Kang out, which, you know, I'm fine with.
So what does that mean for Loki?
I don't. What does that mean for anything? What does that mean for
Ant-Man,
everything?
Quantumania. What does it mean?
I literally don't know. But yeah, so that's a potential thing. Couple other rumors is Joseph Quinn, who plays Eddie in Stranger Things, is pretty much confirmed to play Johnny Storm, Human Torch, which I'm good. I'm good with.
I hope that's cool. I hope he's good.
Solid cast.
I mean, I love him. I loved him in Stranger Things, but I hope
Yeah.
I hope they direct it well and write him good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sold on that. That's about the only good news I think that I'm excited for. And then here's the real bad one. They are gender swapping one of my favorite characters in comics, the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is going to be a woman in the MCU, in the Fantastic Four movie, actually. So that's, a thing. Somebody on Friday Night Tights said, like, I hope she's a black woman with a giant silver afro. Just really get into it. Really, what do you call it? Lean into it. So, yeah. So it's just like they make some really small good things, and then just it's like one step forward, two steps back. That's how Marvel works. So Disney works. So, yeah, that's a real shame. That's a real shame.
It's just crazy to me that they can't learn. Yeah. They've been doing this for how many years?
Yep.
And
they knew what made them money, and they made a lot of money.
And they still know what makes them money, but they're still choosing not to make money.
They're literally all the stuff about the Marvels right now. They're denying, like, oh, it's okay, we're doing fine. It's not a big deal. It kind of is a big deal. It's not superhero fatigue. There are people enjoying superhero stuff still. It's you. It's your decisions that you are making.
Yeah, it's wokeism fatigue.
Yeah, it's Disney fatigue, man. It's you're not so secret agenda. So, yeah. So that's the rumors going on around right now. Lots of rumors. They're not confirming anything. Everything's a rumor, but most of the time this stuff comes true. So, yeah. But in other Marvel news, we got a trailer for What If Season 2. so I thought we could watch that quick. Did you watch? You watched season 1, right?
Like first 2 episodes.
Let me make sure. One sec. Let me just make sure that audio is coming through.
The video or the intro audio worked.
Yeah, that's through. Okay, it should be.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right, cool. Alrighty. So let's watch this fun trailer.
This kid puts on quite a show.
I have eyes on the target. He does not look all that threatening.
Looks can be deceiving, Your Highness.
And just make sure we pause it a couple times so that we don't get hit with a copyright like we did last time. So right off the bat, we got some
Returning characters.
returning characters. So it looks like Bucky, Hank Pym, and a Kree of some sort. Maybe the old lady Kree. I don't really know. And then I assume T'Chaka.
Yes.
Are you
And then some
sure
kid.
You do not want any backup?
Nah, I'm great with kids.
I love how you have an old Hank Pym voice with a young Hank Pym body.
You thought the story was over,
That's hella.
but it was only just beginning. I don't do sequels
Nebula.
normally.
All right, who do we got?
T'Chaka.
Who's this
That's the
guy?
commissioner of S.H.I.E.L.D. That guy is...
No, this is Ross,
Or,
General Ross, or what's his
Yeah.
face? Yeah,
yes. Hank.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Is that Captain... What's her face? Peggy?
That's Denzel.
No, it's the chick.
No, I know. That's that's Peggy Carter.
Yeah, Captain Carter. That's
Captain
it.
Carter.
I don't know who
Looks
Denzel
like
is.
Denzel. That's 100% Denzel.
Maybe we'll find out.
But things have gotten a little twisted
Scarlet
Wanda.
Witch.
in the multiverse.
Gamora.
A lot of women.
Oni?
Valkyrie.
Ahsoka? Oh. Korg.
Is this handsome
Ooh, the
dog?
Collector.
Not the Collector. The
Well, it's the same actor as the Collector.
no, that's what's his face?
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. The Collector is the guy with all the white stuff on him. This is Thor Ragnarok dude.
Yeah, hold on.
What is his freaking name? Holy crap! I'm
Oh,
so
you're
bad
right.
at names.
It's a
That's-
different guy.
Jeff.
No, it's-
Jeff. What's his
Goldblum.
face?
Goldblum.
Yeah. Goblin? Did you just say Goblin?
No, I said Goldblum.
Oh, Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. Change your apartment, change the world. No, he's not the
No, you're right.
Collector.
You're
He's
right.
the
It's different.
what's his name again? What's his character's name?
Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah.
So they look similar. Yeah. Mulan?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Shang-Chi.
Which obviously so excited to see some Shang-Chi stuff.
Thanos.
I've been looking for you
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
time.
It might actually be Pocahontas. Oh, no, this is
Katara.
this is the freaking chick we were talking about that one time. Remember? The Native American superhero.
Oh.
We talked about this on the podcast before.
Oh. Let me look her up.
Just be careful.
I bet she's going to be the main character.
What might happen next?
You know what? This like if they did this stuff for the multiverse, but like with the likenesses of characters,
Yeah.
like this would actually be perfect because this you could do so many different events like per season, but like framed as like because of the multiverse, like these are all events that are happening like in parallel with each other, but like different crises.
Yeah.
Like it'd be so cool because this is a really cool idea and the animation is sick.
The
And like
animation is great.
characters-
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea is obviously good. It's just everything's in practice. It's a good idea, But
Yes.
who knows if it'll actually be good or not? I mean, season 1 had a lot of hit or misses, So, and that was kind of at the beginning of the downfall. So I don't know. We'll see.
The Avengers Tower's been overtaken.
On Christmas? What is this, Con Air? No, wait, Under Siege?
Kahori?
No. Oh, that's not it.
Hey, John McClane, focus!
Huh.
Kahori?
Yeah, Kahori, something like that. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to think yet.
What If asks, what would happen if the Tesseract fell to Earth and landed in the sovereign Haudenosaunee Confederacy before the colonization of America?
That sounds so interesting.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Probably not something I care to watch.
Can't wait to suffer through that season. All right.
Yeah, I guarantee she'll probably be the main character.
My second transition to the Game Awards
The
nominees.
Game Award nominees. Yay! Woo!
Something exciting.
Very
Yeah.
exciting. I will say this. I am a little disappointed in one
Well-
thing. In one thing.
Okay.
I have looked
give us a
through
category.
I've already looked through all these. There is no Hogwarts Legacy anywhere. And Hogwarts Legacy, it was the highest selling game this year.
Mm.
It should probably be somewhere in here. But it's nowhere to be seen. So, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's something to be noted.
Yes.
Um
Indeed.
so I don't know, do we want to like start at the end and go to beginning?
Yeah, because the
Get through-
exciting one is at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, so I did vote. I signed in, so I'm not going to sign in just so that,
Cool.
We can look at everything here. But yeah, okay, so first category is best esports event. I don't really have any knowledge on this, so do we want to vote as talking nerds or something?
You can get that set up quick, yeah.
Yeah, let's just do that quick. Continue. Perfect. Here we go. We're ready to go. All right. So we're signing as Talking Nerds. So, best esports event. So we got the League of Legends World Championship. We have Blast TV Paris. Don't know what that is. Evo 2023, which is the fighting games.
Yep.
International Dota 2 Championships. I don't know what that is. And then Valorant.
Dota is a MOBA like League of Legends.
Okay. And then Valorant.
Uh-huh.
What's that?
Valorant's Counter-Strike, but by Riot Games, who makes League of Legends.
Okay.
So same universe, same type of game like Counter-Strike, with a little bit different mechanics.
Okay. So I'm good with choosing any of these. It's really up to you. I think you probably watch these more than
I would
do.
actually probably put broadcast level untouched is League of Legends.
Okay.
It's always top tier.
Alrighty. Cool,
Oh.
cool. Best esports coach.
Ooh.
I don't know any of these.
Okay.
These are the ones I'm gonna have no input on. So
I'm gonna go with Remy, Team Vitality, Counter Strike.
All right. Best esports team.
Ooh, man, a lot of
Probably
Valorant.
Vitality, right?
No, I'd say they're kind of washed.
Okay.
I didn't watch much Valorant. I'd go JD Gaming.
Okay. Easy.
Easy
Good.
peasy.
Great choice. Great choice. Best esports athlete. I love how they're called athletes. It's so absurd.
I'm gonna go Faker.
All right. We go with the Asians tonight.
Yes, sir. Always.
Always choose it. Okay, I can do this one.
Yes. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna say Counter-Strike 2.
I would agree, but that's a bias. So I'm gonna say it anyways.
That's why I'm
Counter-Strike 2.
There's gonna be a lot of bias. All right, that's fine, and that's fine. That's
Yeah,
how it
I
should
actually
be.
would have put but we'll talk about it later.
Hey, we can change our
content
vote.
creator- No, I want to keep the vote, but I would
Okay.
say like Counter-Strike before 2 is
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But Counter-Strike 2
Um,
came out this year, so
right.
I don't know any of
Well-
these guys.
I mean, I know Cypher and Quackity. I'd probably say Cypher.
This guy.
Yeah.
All right. All right, most anticipated game. Okay, now I can kind of start. So we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Honestly, I've kind of been wanting to get into Final Fantasy, but that's a big thing. That's a big endeavor.
Universe to get into.
Yeah, so maybe later, but
Mhm.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I feel like there's a lot of hype for that.
Yeah.
You know, Hades 2, probably not so much.
No,
I don't
I
even.
actually no, there is.
There is?
For
Okay.
like this, yeah, for the type of studio that Supergiant is,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Don't know what that is.
A fighting game, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Star Wars Outlaws.
No.
I wouldn't say so. It's
No.
definitely not in the Star Wars fan base. Tekken 8.
I would say Tekken 8 because Street Fighter just came out with their
Street
newest game.
Fighter
and I
6.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for Tekken to. The fighting community is really hyped about Tekken 8 to come.
Yes.
after
Yes.
Street Fighter.
I don't
Um,
know. I feel like Final Fantasy is probably bigger though.
Probably. But I think it's just because the community is so large overall that it's gonna have the most hype behind it. So
But that
Final
makes it the
Fantasy is
most.
my vote.
Yeah, I agree. All right, best adaptation.
Ooh.
This should be a good one. Okay, so we got Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, which I actually heard was pretty good. Last of Us, gag me. Super Mario Bros. That's my vote.
That's
and
my vote,
Twisted
too.
Metal. Yeah, okay, I think this is easy.
Mario.
I love Mario. All right. This is going to be a tough one. Best multiplayer. We got Baldur's Gate 3, which I personally had a hard time with, but I respect, and I would love to actually like
Play multiplayer.
play it. You know, I had a hard time with it. Diablo 4, I enjoyed, but I understand there's a lot of hate for it.
Uh-huh.
Party Animals, which I've heard is pretty fun. I would like to actually play that. Street Fighter 6, all good things. And then Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which I know nothing about.
Personally, I'd say Street Fighter 6.
You think so? I feel like... All right, so let's talk about this a bit, because we should... however good the game is aside, I guess we should talk about the multiplayer aspect of it. How good is the multiplayer aspect? I feel like, Diablo had a good multiplayer mechanic, or whatever you would call it, I guess, system. I don't know anything, I guess, about the Street Fighter 6. I don't know if you actually watched.
Yeah, I'd say
Gameplay.
so. Street Fighter 6
Evo.
is obviously just a 1v1 fighter.
Yeah,
It's not like your story or anything.
right.
But I think the connection value that Street Fighter 6 brought to the over the web fighting community with the higher end servers really changes things because
Yeah.
now you don't have to go to LANs to get, crazy good latency. You can get crazy good latency and good input um,
Mm.
from your computer to connect to another person. So I think like the evolution of fighting games and connection to other players is really awesome in the way that Street Fighter 6 did it. So
Okay.
that's why I would vote. For enjoyment factor, I would probably put Party Animals.
Yeah.
But it's just fun. It's hilarious. So
I've
those
yeah,
are
I've watched people play. I haven't played it yet, but it does seem very fun. It seems very easy too to play.
Yeah.
So,
so Party Animals.
so yeah, let's go with Party Animals. So all of that Party Animals is the vote. It's the nice we can both agree on that. So, alrighty. Best sports racing. I know nothing about racing or sports games.
I've watched some Hot Wheels that looked fun.
Okay.
I hear good things always about Forza. EA Sports is just the next year of FIFA, so that's whatever. I'd say probably the Crew motor. I don't know. This is just a crapshoot. Just
How about we just
pick
go with
whatever you
Hot
want.
Wheels?
Cool.
I like Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels are great.
Best sim strategy.
All right. We got all of these I don't know. I know none of these.
I would vote City Skyline.
City Skyline. All right.
That's what I would vote. Because that's the one I know the most about.
Best family game. So we got Party Animals in here again.
I think we throw it back up there,
I
man.
think, yeah.
For
Screw
the
it.
two top.
Whatever. Best fighting game. We'll just go with. Well, yeah. Let's just go with.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6. Best RPG. All right. This is.
Okay, you can answer this one.
I would personally vote Liza P.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand Final Fantasy 2. Or Baldur's Gate. But I would probably reserve this for like best game or something like that. Starfield can go suck some ass, like it's shit. I hate Starfield. So it's not even a question. It's not even in question
I'll
for
let you
me.
pick this one. I'll let you pick this one.
I'm going to personally say Liza P because I played that and I like it. So we'll just go with that. All right. Best action adventure. We got Alan Wake, which I've heard is awful, actually. Spider-Man 2. Resident Evil 4. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm probably going to say Zelda.
I'm going to say Spider-Man because I've actually played it, but that's just me.
I haven't played either, but I've heard more good things about Zelda than Spider-Man 2.
Fair enough.
Plus, Spider-Man 2's woke, so.
But this is about action and adventure, okay?
Yeah. All right, here we go. We got best action game. Armor Core 6.
Haven't played it.
Haven't played it.
I've seen the memes.
Dead Island 2. Don't know what that is. Ghost Runner 2. I've heard good things. Hi-Fi Rush. Don't know what that is. And then Remnant 2, which is on our list to play. I don't know. I've heard probably more good things about Remnant 2 than Armored Core. I haven't really heard anything about these ones. So, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I'd probably say either Remnant or Dead Island.
Dead Island? Okay. Let's go with
Those
Remnant.
are my two picks.
Let's go with Remnant. All right. Best VR AR. Know nothing about this. Gran Turismo 7. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty... Resident Evil. I heard that
Horizon Call of the Mountain is the only one I've heard of.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. We'll just go with that. I don't care about VR.
Yeah.
Best mobile game, another category I don't really care about.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's just go with Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Best debut indie game. I don't know any of these.
I don't either.
Which
Yeah,
looks the
I'm
most
fair.
fun?
I'm
Maybe this one?
not a big indie guy.
That kind of looks interesting.
Sure.
All right,
Dredge.
Dredge.
I'm actually surprised Dave the Diver's not on there.
Don't know what that is.
That's okay.
What the frick? This is the same category.
There it is, Dave the Diver.
Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Best
Oh, best
community
community
support.
Support.
Oh, you're
Not
gonna.
Destiny 2.
Yeah, I was
Not
gonna say.
Destiny 2.
Cyberpunk probably not.
Well, actually, their comeback
I know they had a
Doesn't-
comeback, but
doesn't beat No Man's Sky's comeback though.
and then we got Final Fantasy
14.
14.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy 14. That game's been up and running for a while, and I only hear good things about
Okay.
their updates.
All right.
Destiny 2 can go suck a fat one. Best ongoing. I'm
Fortnite.
actually going to give it to Fortnite.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know how it does it, but it is.
Games
Games
for
in-
Impact. This sounds gay.
Don't thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. So
Cool.
woke. What's the most woke?
Let's just skip this one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to vote for that one.
All right.
Innovation.
Recognizing
accessibility.
software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward. Okay. Probably not Diablo.
Yeah, because you need 7 fingers on each hand.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe Street Fighter? I don't know.
no.
Spider-Man 2? I mean, that's a PS game, so.
Maybe Forza. I just pick Forza.
All right. Best performance for voice acting, motion and or performance capture. So we got Ben Starr for Final Fantasy. We got Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Idris Elba for Cyberpunk. Melanie Liburd. Okay, Neil Newborn. And Yuri Lowenthal from Spider-Man.
I would pick Idris because I love Idris Elba.
I mean, yeah, he's a great actor, so.
I actually heard really good things about that expansion too because of him. So
Okay.
it was better than
Better than Keanu?
yeah. It actually was better story than Keanu's.
Yeah.
I heard.
Best
Best
audio,
audio
design? I've heard
I don't know.
great things from Dead Space. It's
Okay.
on my list to play.
Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
fine with
one where
that?
you like kind of have to play the game to really know, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna go with it
Yeah.
because what I've heard. Best score in music. Baldur's Gate's got a pretty great soundtrack.
So does Legend of Zelda.
I've heard all Final Fantasy has great soundtracks.
That's true.
I feel like
I'll
that's
let you
probably.
pick one.
I'm probably gonna go with this one. I'd say. Alrighty, we're getting to the juice. Best art direction. I mean, Lies P is pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, Lies of P or Tears of the Kingdom. Both
Tears of the
those are
Kingdom
great
was
looking
more
games.
cartoony, though. I think.
Oh, sure, but I mean it's art. It's an art style.
Yeah. But Lies P looks fantastic. I would prefer
Alright,
Lies P.
please, go ahead. Go for it.
Alrighty. Best narrative? Probably Baldur's Gate 3. Because you choose the narrative.
Yep.
It's like endless potential. I think that's kind of the whole point of the game. Best game direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
See, you said that Alan Wake 2 you heard was not good, but it's keeps showing up everywhere.
I've heard it's woke. I've heard it's really woke. But
I don't care what we pick on this one. I'd probably say Baldur's Gate.
all right, yeah, I'm good with that. All right,
Here.
game of the year. Here we are. At last,
No Hogwarts Legacy.
no Hogwarts. So we got Alan Wake 2, we got Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which I gotta try that out because it's everywhere in this list. And then Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I would say, from what I've heard, Baldur's Gate 3 is game of the year. Tears of the Kingdom could be runner-up.
I'm gonna give Baldur's Gate 3 my vote.
Yeah, I think I've heard it's got like a 97. It's got one of the highest Metacritic scores of all time for games. I think like 97% or something like that. Yeah, I've heard everybody loves. I'm like the only person I think who's not really enjoyed it.
But that's just because you didn't have anybody
Well, yeah, that's true.
to play with. You know, you were
Yeah.
I would overall Metacritic
This is
how can I see it overall?
highest rated games.
96 on PC, 96 on PS5, to be determined on Xbox.
Yeah, I thought it was. This is probably not gonna help. This is probably like. All right.
So
Yeah.
that
Well, at least like on my Steam, right? You can sort by. You can sort by Metacritic score. 96. Elden Ring 94. Let's
Yep.
go.
Where's Hogwarts?
No, it's probably not up here. There it is, 83.
Ooh.
Oof. Yeah, so we got Divinity Original Sin 93, Red Dead 2 93, Witcher 3 93, Arkham Games, Dark Souls, Fallout, Factorio. Those are the big ones in my library. So yeah, 96. I mean, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yep. I would say Baldur's Gate 3 is game of the year.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get it, I think it's a technical snub. Like it actually should win.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, there we have it. Those are the nominations. So the actual awards are December 7th, which is a Thursday, and I think we'll be back for that. So I think we could probably we probably can't live stream it, but we can stream
Live
react to it. Kind of comment on it. So yeah. So that's all we got for tonight. As far as podcast goes, we are gonna play a game. I need to make sure it's finished here because it's taking its slow time with my awful internet. But the game we're gonna play is
Drum roll.
one of the games that we were just looking at. Baldur's Gate. No, I'm just kidding. Remnant 2. We are gonna play, or at least try to play Remnant 2, as if it loads. So, yeah. So we're gonna take a quick-ish break and make sure everything's set up for that, and then we're gonna play some Remnant 2. We're gonna start it because we have not started it yet. So
Right.
So yeah.
I'm
Alrighty.
excited.
Me too.
Come back.
Me too. All right, we'll be back.